as if to prove that, with less than 5 months to go until the midterm elections this November, swing voters in this country delivered a serious warning to Democrats. A new poll that was reported on by the Daily Wire, not conducted by them, but reported on by them, shows that a large majority of swing voters believe that Democrats have remained more focused on hating President Trump than they are focused on paying attention to offering fresh ideas that address the most pressing challenges that this nation is actually facing. Here are the details of that data. Signal's poll surveyed 1,500 people who were likely to vote in this 2026 election. That survey was conducted in order to measure the mood nationwide, both ahead of America's fast approaching 250th anniversary, and to gauge where things stand going into a pivotal election season that will shape the rest of the president's second-term agenda. Here were the results. By a 6-point margin, those overall voters said that the Democrats are too focused on opposing Trump, who will, after all, be out soon. Either way. But the key is that this opinion was significantly stronger among swing voters, where that margin widened to 23 points. Ooga, ooga. John Rogers, Signal's senior partner and pollster, told the Daily Wire, "It's striking that when you look at age and gender breaks, women under the age of 55 are the only group who think Democrats actually offer a more compelling alternative. Every single other group thinks the left is just focused on Trump." These partisan divisions have now extended to national pride as well, ahead of our country's 250th birthday. Go America! Just 58%, between 1/2 and 2/3 of the respondents, said that they feel extremely or very proud to be American, including only 28% of the voters under 30, less than 1/3. Meanwhile, 30% of Democrats polled, almost 1 out of 3, went even further and said that they are not at all proud of our nation. The poll's analysis stated this youth pride collapse is broader than the midterm and worth flagging as a standalone trend. It cuts across the usual partisan framing and will outlast this cycle. Especially in key Senate races, the choice will come down to who is on the ballot, and Republicans will have plenty of money and time to draw sharp contrasts. And I would just add that's what the focus needs to be on. As for other revelations inside this poll, swing voters declared that they trust Republicans more than Democrats on immigration by a margin of 53% to just 23%, more than double. They also trust Republicans more than Democrats on crime by a margin of 47% to 22%, more than double again. And they trust Republicans more than Democrats on government spending by a margin of 39% to 23%, which is almost double, only 7% away from it. In addition to these swing voters, independents also leaned Republican on all 3 of these issues, according to the pollsters' analysis of the data. Nevertheless, Republicans are facing national headwinds fueled by very high gas prices and rising inflation, which voters did rank as their top priorities according to the Signal poll. This would be a clinch election season for Democrats based on that alone, if not for the other issues, which, when combined, mean that Democrats are at least in real danger in an election that, as the out-of-power party, they should be dominating, yet they're in danger. That should tell you something about your platform. Regardless of what ends up happening, looking to November, the survey indicates that the generic congressional ballot still slightly favors Democrats, as expected, with 49% of voters saying that they plan to vote Democrat in November versus 44% who say that they will vote Republican. And that is way too close for comfort in an election where, like I said, historically speaking, as the party that is out of power, they should be entirely dominating Republicans by large margins. If you dig deeper into the data, the gender divide is exposed. Men favor Republicans by 9 percentage points, while women back Democrats by 17 points, resulting in a massive 26-point gender gap, with women being the more partisan of the two and the main driving force behind the divide by nearly twice as much. So, on Capitol Hill, Republican senators are focused on getting the gas prices down. Whether they will be able to or not remains to be seen. But that is the focus in an attempt to rob the Democrats of their one major advantage. To that end, they attended a closed-door polling presentation on Tuesday about the nation's political climate.